All right, welcome in. Welcome back to the BFR podcast presented by Sports Mockery. My name is Dave, cover the Bears for SM, joined by my good friend, Chicago Bears content creator, Ficky. Of course, Jack, our producer, is on the sticks and, of course, going to give in his post-game opinion as well. So this one is crazy. The Bears end the season, a very weird, disappointing season with a win against Green Bay, a game-winning field goal, which is just so ironic. Happy for Santos, but a lot to be excited about as we head into the offseason. So I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll go hand it over to you, Ficky, first for just initial reaction to this win, which we haven't had in, was it almost 12?
6 years.
12 weeks?
6 years. Yeah. A win in general. I'm thinking Green Bay.
Win in general. Yeah, Green Bay.
We'll take it any way possible. Yeah.
But how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Fick?
Yo, I mean, how can you not be ecstatic? Draft pick, whatever. We went from 9 to 10, whatever. Still quality people there. The only caveat, and I was talking to Jack right before the show on this, is that the Panthers right now are tied with the Falcons 38-38, which is crazy overtime game. If the Panthers win and we would have lost, we probably would have dropped to 8. But I'm not too concerned about that because what this team hasn't done in so long, which we just mentioned here, is beat the Green Bay Packers. And not only beat the Green Bay Packers, we haven't won in 10 games straight. So it will be nice to go into next season and to not have a graphic that says hasn't beaten Green Bay since 2018. You know what I mean? Then they do their full 30-second segment talking about how dog shit we are. So that is good. I'm happy about that. We'll take a win any way possible. But my God, right? If we're going to just put the win to the side for a second, why does this team always find a way to lose? It seems like they were trying to lose more. Obviously, this isn't true, but it felt like it. They were trying to lose more in that last 2 minutes than they were trying to win. And we've talked about it throughout the season. Good teams find ways to kind of lock in, get clutch, and make plays there. And typically, I should say, with the Bears this season, there's been, 5-6 games where they've been in similar situations like this. They were just in this situation with Green Bay, right? And they had the field goal blocked. So to see them execute it, I'm very ecstatic about it. But, bro, new people's got to come in here. There's a culture shock that has to change. There's a lot of things that they got to get fixed around here because a team like that is not beating a full, healthy Green Bay in Lambeau. So, but I am happy about it.
Yeah. No, Jack, you mind if I go real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Caveat that. So, first of all, the culture, we talk about bringing in new guys, getting a new culture. This right here, this win, I know it may sound ridiculous to outside people, outside fan bases, but to finally beat Green Bay, no matter the circumstances, because first of all, Jordan Love, he wasn't playing great. I'll be honest. He had a couple goals, but Malik Willis actually played decent. I mean, he did the same stuff Jordan Love does, throwing it up there. The Packers players come down with it. Tyreek Stephen doing his best to give the game away at the end with that crazy catch. Who was that? Was that a backup tight end?
Yeah. Wild.
It was even Tucker Kraft, dude. Anyways, long story short, this right here, I'm not saying it changes the culture, but heading into an offseason after such a disappointing and brutal season, to beat Green Bay and to do it in the fashion they did, which, yes, they tried to lose the game, but at the end of the day, they blocked they blocked correctly on the field goal attempt. Santos hit the field goal, and the Bears win. He even tried to do a Lambeau leap, which was honestly so funny from Santos. And I've had a lot of criticism when it comes to Santos, and I'm still not sold on his leg. I'm not, but at the same time, funny. Man, what a win. I'm happy for him. He shut me up. He shut a lot of people up that were kind of doubting him. What was the field goal? Was it
50,
40 something?
50, yeah, I think it was in the 50s. But it was funny because both when that kick was happening, 51. I was thinking of both of you during that kick the whole time.
It looked short
at first. Not to prove it right or wrong, but I'm like, I know Dave and Jack, like this is their worst. Their worst case scenario is for a game to come down 50 yards in the cold with Cairo Santos. So I'm sure. No,
I enjoyed it. I wanted to see if he could hit it. Like, you need to know if you can count on this guy. And at the same time, the Bears executed it. Special teams today was insane, right? First of all, the beautiful. Johnny Knox, Devin Hester, to be able to do that. And like I said, I think I tweeted, I said it kind of like healed my soul a little bit because there was no phantom hold. And the Bears ended up winning this game. So now we're going to remember that play in a good way. I know the season sucked, but everything that happened today, you can kind of feel good and remember, in regards to how this entire game played out. So I was like, do I want the Bears to win? When going into this week, I actually didn't. I was like, man, who cares? But of course, when the The game starts. It's Green Bay. You're in Lambeau. It'd be nothing better to spoil. At least I know they're in the playoffs, but now they're the 7th seed, right? Which is actually kind of very interesting, especially with Jordan Love heading into next week if he's going to be healthy. But I mean, just a really feel good win. I think Caleb Williams showed today. I mean, happy for him. This is his first game-winning drive this season. I know he had a couple that were ruined, right?
Because of tie with the Vikings one. So, but yeah, he's had like 6.
Would Washington though? Wouldn't Washington have been a game-winning with 23 seconds?
Yes, Lions would have been as well. Remember, you got and then
all I'm saying,
he had a game-winning.
The Bears did their very best to break him, and he showed again today. Multiple throws, a lot to DJ Moore. First of all, shout out to DJ Moore. My gosh, and I know Jack, I don't know if you want to delete some tweets or how you're feeling about this, but DJ Moore is incredible, man. I don't know if he's over 1,000 yards this year, but he was getting very close at the end of the game, especially that final catch that set up the game-winning field goal. But what a game! And this one was this. I feel like this one meant. I tweeted out Caleb Williams' reaction on the sideline to this game-winning field goal. You could see how much it meant to him. And for me, to see a Bears rookie quarterback, not be broken by everything that transpired this year with Matt Eberflus gone, with Shane Waldron fired after the first 9 games, and of course, heartbreak loss after heartbreak loss. And then even at the end of this game, you saw, I don't know if I tweeted it, but there was a clip on the sidelines after the DJ Moore fumble where they threw that screen pass and nobody was blocking there. And he was livid on the sideline. Coaches were trying to talk to him and he was talking back, but he was not happy. And you could see, I was like, man, this guy he's fired up one. He still obviously wants to win, but to go through everything this year and to see them end it on this type of note, it's got to be exciting. And now it's the offseason, man. And this is where it really gets interesting because year 2, make or break. And it starts with the head coach. So Jack, I know I went long. I had a lot to say. I still have a lot to get to. So first of all, if you're here on YouTube Live, hit the like button. Jack, how are you feeling, man? DJ Moore, big game.
Yeah, he can play good all he wants. As long as he's not walking off the field in the middle of plays and he's sitting there and by himself on the sideline, we're good. I'm all good with him. No, I'm a lot happier about this outcome than I thought I would be. Like going into it, I was like, I really hope we don't win for the draft purposes. But then now that we won, I'm fired up. I haven't felt like this. I can't even tell you the last time I felt like this. You guys like?
Well, when's the last time we beat them? When's the last time we beat them? 2018 to seal. 2018 to seal the NFC, the division. In week 17, where Eddie Jackson got the pick in the red zone and then had a non-contact injury, which sucked after having an amazing year and was injured. But that's the last time. We have not had joy. When we've seen the green and gold or whatever their colors are, the exact colors, it's brought pain and misery to us year after year after year after year after year. I think that's 6, right? So it makes sense. Like, I know it's a little bit of desperation on our end. Like, you're in the desert and you just haven't had water. So any drop of like liquid will obviously, as Dave said, like kind of heal your soul. But hey, look, you only got 1 game to play, 2 games, really a season, and you have to show up in those games. We can't worry about the excuses of Jordan Love didn't play, Malik Willis got injured, all these other players, Christian Watson's out. We can't control that. All we can control is that when we get on the turf and we play those 48 minutes or 60 minutes, that we come out on the other side with the dub, and this team did it. They almost lost it, but they did it. So there is no reason for all of us to be ecstatic about currently, like today, of what transpired. But within a week, all of us are going to come back to normal, look at the holistic view of this team and be like, okay, there's obviously a lot of holes that have to get addressed, right? We still are lacking a good amount of talent, right? Particularly in the trenches, which has been the case all year. We need a head coach and all the coaches that will backfill into those roles. And is Poles going to be the GM come Monday? You know what I mean? Maybe this is a question for y'all because this was my Monday headline, was like Poles in or out. And I said, a game shouldn't determine whether someone's in or out. Like in any situation, that's not how good organizations run, right? But you know how much the McCaskies view this rivalry. If there was if he was, in between, right, gray area, does this win cement enough for him to be put into the safe category? Or do we still kind of feel like we felt before this game that it's kind of up in the air. Or if you guys feel that he's automatically safe before. Dave, what's your thoughts?
No, nothing. I don't think nothing truly would have changed the outlook, just because I think there's more. There's more. What's the word? Moving parts to this, because Ben Johnson, if the Bears, it's first of all, from the reports, I've heard multiple reports, so it's kind of hard to even say what's truly going on. I think it's a bunch of people just throwing shit at the wall and making obvious statements. But for me, if Ben Johnson clearly does not feel good about polls, which we have no indication that's the case, I think you have to wait, talk with those guys. But then it's interesting because that means Poles is going to be leading this. So it's like, can you fire him after a meeting with Ben Johnson? If Ben Johnson's gives the indication, whether it's through his agents, that I'm not going to come to Chicago if X, Y, and Z aren't done. That includes, maybe moving on from Poles. But for me, I think beating Green Bay, obviously it's the biggest thing when it comes to the Bears, especially the top brass. They love that. This is what they want. So for me, I always felt like Ryan Poles was safe. And so for me moving forward, I just don't think they're going to move on from him. Now, does this game change it? I mean, it could. The Bears are weird. To really utilize just one game and have it cover up everything else that's transpired. Also, all the picks that kind of have gone wrong. You have Nate Davis, Bayless Jones Jr., even Torrey Taylor had a bad day today, in my opinion. There's a lot more that goes into football and building a team than just beating Green Bay, but that is something they care about. So maybe, and it sucks, maybe this could save them. I mean, this might even, if Flus was still here, which would be hilarious, this could have saved him. No. I'm serious, I guess.
Don't do that.
No, I don't know. But Jack, how are you feeling, man? What do you feel about Poles?
Wait, time out. Before we do, though, I got to bring up this comment because it does involve Jack. Here from Mr. James that said, well, Sears Tower / Jack has stated that Poles is safe. So Sears Tower, which is Jack's burner, has stated, as sources have said.
Yeah, it's me.
that Poles is safe.
Somebody mentioned it earlier in the comments and said if Poles can bring in Ben Johnson, I think he's safe.